Hi, and welcome to Your Town. I'm Jess Moore. I am so excited for the holidays coming up. The Ohio Valley, I think as soon as we had Halloween under our belts, kicked right into Christmas season, and the two guests today are talking about how you can support nonprofits and different organizations and events in this area over the holidays. So my first guest is Riley Carpenter. She's the Director of Programming for Wheeling Heritage.
Hi.
It's really nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So you said you've been on the job about 3 months now?
Yes, I got hired on the end of July, and then 2 weeks later I had to go on maternity leave to have my son.
Oh,
and
congratulations.
Then, yeah, thank you. So then it was kind of like, all right, well, I'll see everybody later. It was nice to meet you. And
Right.
then came back pretty much full swing beginning of October.
Okay, great.
So, yeah.
Well, what a great team. I
Yeah.
really love Wheeling Heritage. I love their mission. I love Scott. We've been good friends for a while. So I'm so excited for you to be in this position
Thank
and
you.
helping move the Ohio Valley forward. So for people who don't know Wheeling Heritage, let's start there.
Sure. So Wheeling Heritage is a nonprofit organization, and we basically are catalysts for the city of Wheeling. So we help with revitalization. Oh my goodness, that word! Revitalization projects.
Yes.
We also do lots for small businesses, arts and culture. We kind of just do a little bit of everything to help make Wheeling what it is.
And you also have a giant project happening down at the riverfront.
Oh, yes. There's lots going on down there right now. We're so excited because I think they said the goal is to have it completely torn down by Thanksgiving. I haven't been keeping quite up with Tipping Point's website on exactly where they're at in that process, but you can keep up on the website there. But it looks like every time I drive past to come to work, there's a little bit more down every day.
Yep, you can see the bridge a little bit
I
more
know.
every time.
And it's beautiful.
It is. It's a really good excuse to drive downtown. For a while, we all kind of avoided driving downtown, and it's a
Yeah.
beautiful reason to now. And I follow Tipping Point on LinkedIn, so I've been able to keep up with the updates. That's going on.
Awesome. Yeah,
So
they're
good.
great.
Yeah, good stuff. So holidays around the corner. That means big things for Wheeling Heritage.
Yeah, so we are going to do a lot with partners of the city of Wheeling to do stuff for Small Business Saturday, which is November 30th. Thanksgiving being so late this year feels like, I felt like November was going to be really long, and then here we are in the middle of November, and I'm
Right.
like, where did the time go?
Agreed.
So that's coming up on Saturday, November 30th. There's going to be all kinds of things going around for Wheeling. We have the Queen of the Valley trolley is going to be helping with transport, so you can park downtown at the Intermobile, and then you can be transported to 3 different areas. So we've got Market Plaza, where we will have a synthetic ice rink going from 1 to 5. We've got obviously Center Market. They have their balloon drop happening at 10 a.m. that day with some prizes and giveaways and things. I think some live music Brooke was trying to get. And then at the Artisan Center up at our end, we're going to have some screen printing going on for t-shirts and tote bags. We're also going to have a couple local vendors, and then our shops are going to be open as well. So we're really excited. And to help kind of with all of that and keeping the momentum going, we've got our Shop Small catalog guide that's going to be going out. I was waiting on just a couple tiny little tweaks we had to do to it. It's being sent to print here soon, so it'll be available on a mobile version or an online version, and then also printed. So that's going to have all kinds of businesses laid out in there. We've got food, more information, some QR codes to scan. So we're excited to get that out. It's been a major project
For sure.
to get it updated and making sure that new businesses in the area are also included because we've had a lot of new businesses this past year. So.
And when you're looking at something like a Christmas list, or you're trying to find something to find for somebody that has everything, right? We all say that. There's somebody in our life, they have everything, what do you even buy them?
Right.
This is your opportunity to find something really cool that they're gonna love. They wouldn't have put on a list, but very, very meaningful. A lot of things are homemade, or you're supporting a local business here. A lot of hometown pride type of stuff all over these different shops. So highly encourage you to look. Some art from local folks. These are really meaningful gifts. And for someone who has everything, they don't have, this is something that they're not gonna have. These are really unique and beautiful gifts. So thank you for organizing all of that and getting everybody on the same page. I know it takes quite a bit of people to put that all together and to keep the wheels on.
And like you said, we have a great team down at Wheeling Heritage. So we're proud of what we're able to do and what we can do for our community. But you're speaking of gifts, and I will kind of like move into the next segment of Handmade Holiday.
Sure.
So that's going to be happening the week after Small Business Saturday. It's December 7th. It'll be at the Artisan Center from 10 to 4 that day. So we've always, I think this is I want to say our 5th year having it. There was 1 year hiatus with COVID. But the building has always been utilized only on the 3rd floor. But with our recent renovations, we're actually going to do all 3 floors.
Oh, great.
So we have over 60 vendors. And like you said, all kinds of really unique, handmade, beautiful quality. We've got ceramics, we've got jewelry, we've got some food vendors this year with some like baked goods. We've got, art. There's so many. There's over 60, like I said. So just so many different types of really cool, funky, fun stuff for kids, stuff for adults, everything.
Right.
So,
And
yeah.
even something like candles, when you're thinking about buying
candles.
a candle,
Oh my gosh.
there might be some big place that you might want to go that you think of maybe right off the top of your head to go get candles. But there are people locally that make homemade soaps that are actually better for your skin, more natural fragrances, things like
and they
that.
smell so good. Even
for
down
sure.
in the artisan shop, we have a couple vendors that will be at Handmade Holiday. And every time I go in there to check on something, I'm always like, what's this one smell like? Oh, I bought 3 of them already. I said to Scott, so you stop sending me downstairs because every time I go down there, I buy a new candle. And my husband's like, where are these coming from? I'm like, I don't know.
Can't help it.
Can't help it.
But if you're looking for cutting boards or platters or bowls, things like that, a lot of that exists within some of the shops that we were talking about for Small Business Saturday, but also this Handmade Holiday is the time that you can really walk around and find some really unique and
2
wonderful
back-to-back weekends that are going to be fun packed. And I think also West Benco Arena, they're hosting a fun kind of holiday. I forget the name of what it's called, but it's a holiday program on the same day as Handmade Holiday.
Oh, okay.
So really, there's going to be a lot to do downtown, and it's going to be a great day to come down and shop and eat and hang out and see all the things.
Also, with baked goods, you really can't go wrong
I know.
with giving a gift of something that's edible.
Yes. if you can wait that long and not eat it in between.
That's right.
Maybe early Christmas gift.
Right.
Happy holidays. Here's cookies.
Or Christmas party. When you're going to a Christmas party, you can
Absolutely.
take something that's baked that you didn't have to bake.
Yes.
It's pretty solid.
Or you just, of course you want to support them and say like, oh, I got this from so-and-so. But you can also just put it on a plate and wrap it up. And then you're like, oh yeah, I made those in my free time.
They won't be
No
offended
free
at all.
time. No free time for me. That's a lie. Anytime. If I say I made it, I did not.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, I have 2 children. It's not happening.
That's right. Well, I think the holidays around here are very special because we love the Ohio Valley and there's so many things. You mentioned the synthetic ice skating, but there are so many concerts and shows and ways to engage in your community around now too. So beautiful times. And again, those private parties that you're going to your friend's house or they're inviting you to dinner and gives you a good excuse to take them something like a bottle of wine from Good Mansion. There are different things in this area that you can really do to support local and have a good time and represent.
And we're trying really hard on our social media platforms to put out information about all of these vendors that you'll be seeing around the holidays. And it's really cool when you start to look at those lists and you read. I had each one of them send me like a little blurb about themselves or how they got started or what's their favorite product that they're making right now. And you read them and another question I was asking was, what are you looking forward to this year for the market in Wheeling and in the holidays? And so many of them had said the connection with the community members who come and shop, and also the connection with other makers,
Right.
and how they just are so looking forward to seeing old friends that they've seen at other markets in the past and kind of like reconnecting with them. And it's just something special that those people get to share
Right.
among themselves as artisans. And that's really cool to hear that that's what they look forward to.
Absolutely.
Not making money, not, putting their product out there for any kind of publicity. It's more about the connection and the people in the community.
I love that. I would say that most of our small business owners in this area are very passionate people,
Yes.
and they got into it for the right reasons
Yes.
because they really love the community and that part of it. And talking about food, putting like the meat and cheese trays and things like that together can be pretty time consuming.
Mm-hmm.
We have several places within walking distance in downtown Wheeling that you could check out to see who's available and pricing
Mm-hmm.
and all of that to support our local. This is a huge time of year for that type of business, for cookie trays and all of
Mm-hmm.
that. So don't feel bad about not spending time in the kitchen. Feel good about supporting your small businesses.
Yes, exactly. And that's kind of like a win-win in my book. I didn't have to make it, and I could support somebody else. So that's
Great.
what we always share. Support everybody.
That's right. So anything else coming up? I know the holidays are really, really big for you guys, and then kind of fresh
we
in.
have a couple workshops that are going to be coming up just at the Artisan Center. Actually, tomorrow, I think there are still a couple tickets left, so I don't know how soon this will air, or if it's, whatever. But we have Ready, Aim, Fire Ceramics coming, and we're doing glazing of a 13.5-inch Christmas tree, the ceramic with like the little balls.
lights,
Yes, so we have a couple tickets left open for that, I believe. That's tomorrow at 5:30. And then on December 17th, Making Magic Floral Shop and Gifting, she's coming to do a holiday gift wrapping class and kind of doing like how to embellish your package to take it to the next level, doing some really unique techniques and kind of like teaching people a new trick, because I don't know if you've seen on TikTok or anything, but every time I look, I'm like, well, I didn't know you could do it that way.
That's right.
You know, and then, but you start to do it yourself and you're like, now
did
wait a minute,
something wrong.
rewind, go back, hold on, pause, and like, oh, making a bow. That is something, I mean,
I do not currently have this talent.
no, I do not. And I wish that I did, but then again, I just am going to go support someone else and let them make my bows for me.
That's right. Or go to the workshop and figure it out.
So
right?
we've got those 2 workshops coming up. But I think as far as our office goes, we're trying to keep on track with one thing after another.
Right. Well, I hope you can take a deep breath after it's all
Yes.
said and done and feel confident and wonderful about helping people in the Valley do their Christmas shopping, because that can be stressful,
Yes.
and learning how to wrap and all of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
All good work.
Yeah.
Good. And then after that, I hope you can enjoy the holidays with your family. And
Yes,
you
looking
said-
forward to
A
that.
tiny, tiny one.
Yes, a
Yes.
3-month-old. So it'll be his
that's great.
first Christmas, and you know, what do you get? A not even 1-year-old. I mean, I've done it once before with my daughter, who's almost
That's right.
2, but the second time around it's a little bit different, because you're like, well, that was like a lot of stuff
Yeah.
that we didn't use and we didn't.
Well,
so,
I have a couple of events coming up that you can go and shop for more.
there we go.
I'll send you the information.
Okay, wonderful.
It was so nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thanks for coming on and letting everybody
Thank you.
know about
Thank
Wheeling
you.
Heritage and
Yeah.
what you guys have coming up.
Absolutely,
Hope-
anytime.
Hope you enjoy your holidays.
Thank you. You too.
We'll be right back.
From humble beginnings in 1837, West Liberty University has been home to thousands of students. Whether you're a recent high school graduate or looking to complete a college degree later in life, starting your educational career at West Liberty University will be the catalyst for your future. This is a place where you will discover who you are and where you belong, surrounded by lifelong friends and a supportive faculty and staff. Start your journey home at westliberty.edu.
Welcome back to Your Town. I'm Jess Moore. I'm a proud West Liberty alum and also host of the show. I've been doing it for several years now, and I do not get sick of it for a moment, because I'm always finding out more about nonprofits in the community, more about special events that we can attend in the community, and it just goes to show that there's so many resources out here that you may not know until you need them. And one of those, I feel, when I first heard of Seeing Hand Association, was an organization that I did not know about, and one to easily to fall in love with. So today we have Karen Haught, who's the executive director. Thanks for joining.
And thank you for having me. I, too, am a West Liberty alum.
Oh,
So,
great. Look at us.
Great school.
It was a great school. Produces some good leaders.
There you go.
So for people who don't know about Seeing Hand Association, let's start there.
Seeing Hand Association was first formed in 1936, and we incorporated in 1946. And its mission is to help blind and visually impaired lead independent and fulfilling lives. And that's really a challenge. If you were to lose your sight, you lose your independence.
Right.
And it's very scary. So we do that through a lot of different programs, but one of our largest programs is employment. So we try to offer job opportunities if somebody has low vision or is losing their sight. We also have support groups, low vision devices, adaptive technology, health and wellness program, kind of like your community resource center for
Right.
all things vision loss.
It's a beautiful program, and again, maybe it's something that you may not know about until you have a family member or yourself is going through that. But when I first started coming around, I noticed that there are some caning of chairs, and there are mops that Seeing Hand sells for a fundraiser. But I also was able to meet Bob and other folks who worked through Seeing Hand, who really found a place and found employment through the organization.
Yeah, Bob Hicks was the face of our organization. He passed away a few years ago, but he will tell you that he lost his sight overnight and that he literally felt like he sat in a chair for 14 years until somebody told him to call the Seeing Hand. And Bob was very well known because, first of all, he was very verbal, and he would tell you that losing your vision is a huge inconvenience, but it's not a loss of a quality life, and basically to get over it and figure out how you're going to function. But also, he had a guide dog, and everybody loved his dogs. And
Oh, for sure.
the kids would come in for school tours, and that was the highlight of the day. But Bob went back to school. He had gotten a degree in psychology, but he couldn't find a job. But once he joined the Seeing Hand, he learned how to operate JAWS, which is a voice command computer program. He learned Braille. He taught JAWS and Braille. And he also was like our receptionist. He answered the phone, he waited on customers, and he was just a huge blessing.
Yeah, and greeted everybody that came through.
He did.
Yeah.
Speaking of Bob,
That's true.
one of the things that we just came off of our steak fry in October, and we have a Bob Hicks Memorial Scholarship Fund. And that is for students age 17 to 23 that want to further their education. We take applications starting in January till the end of March, and then we make awards in April. Last year, we gave away $10,000 in scholarships to four different people, 10,000 total.
Okay.
Year before, 7,500. So the average scholarship is about $2,500. So if somebody has a student that's going to go to a trade school, need money for room and board, going to go to a college that are visually impaired, definitely look on our website for the application.
Excellent. And when you say visually impaired, for some folks who may have kids who have a certain prescription of glasses, what would qualify for that?
Well, I should know these numbers, but I don't know these numbers. But the vision cannot be corrected by glasses.
Okay.
So you're visually impaired and you look down and you see wavy lines, or you see spots in your vision, or you see only light but you can't see images. It cannot be corrected by glasses.
Okay, understood. What a great way to honor him, too. I think he would have loved that.
He would have.
Yeah.
He would have really loved it. He was all about education, so he would really love that we're trying to help the kids further their education.
That's great. And do you always get enough applicants?
So the first year, all of the applicants were from the Ohio Valley.
Good.
And the second year, one of them also got a repeat scholarship, so she received it twice. But last year, we decided to open it up to the entire state of West Virginia.
Oh, okay.
So we sent the applications to Romney School for the Blind and Deaf, and to the various vision instructors over the state. So they do not have to live just in the Northern Panhandle to
Okay.
apply.
Okay, great. So we were talking earlier about the holidays, and I know that you guys have something pretty special coming up. I usually buy some tickets for your wreath.
Well, yes, as with all nonprofits, we constantly have to have fundraisers to try to help support our programs. And every December, we do a holiday wreath full of gift cards. Our board members donate gift cards, and then the agency buys a few. I think right now we have $350 worth of gift cards on it. Usually it's about $400 and a beautiful wreath.
Mm-hmm.
And one lucky winner, I believe the giveaway is December 18th.
Okay.
Your holiday shopping would pretty much be done if you won. This is a variety of a bunch of different gift cards. And you can look on our Facebook page. There's a QR code there. They can be purchased online. You can mail a check in, or of course you can stop in. Tickets are $6 for $5, and if you're feeling very generous, I think you get 200 chances for $100.
Oh, great. That ups your chances for sure.
Yeah.
And like you said, that's holiday shopping done with
Yeah.
all of your gift cards. So normally a mix of restaurants, different businesses.
Yeah, I know there's Amazon and Kroger and TJ Maxx and just all kinds. There's something for everyone. I think we have a Lowe's one, so if there's a gentleman in your family that you want to give a card to.
Yeah.
Not that women wouldn't use Lowe's.
That's
but,
true. That's true.
But most of the men really like the Lowe's cards.
Yes, great. So they can just go on to your Facebook page. Is that the best way?
That's the easiest.
Okay.
Yeah, or mail a check or stop by.
Okay. And if you're not familiar with the location of Seeing Hand,
We're in North Wheeling, catty corner from the fire department, where Uncle Pete used to be. Carlitos was there for a little while, but right across the street. I think years ago it was the unemployment office, but we've been there since 1997.
okay, great. If anybody wants to is interested now after hearing the services that you're able to provide in either getting those services or maybe becoming a volunteer, is your Facebook page the best way to reach out there too?
Yeah, or our website.
Okay.
You spoke a little bit about the chairs and the mops. We are a very eclectic organization. It's odd the things that we do aren't necessarily related to each other. We're probably the only place in West Virginia that still hand canes chairs, which it's hard for me to believe how busy we are, but we do get all kinds of chairs to cane. We make mops, we sell brooms, we have a garden that everybody is familiar with, and we refurbish fire extinguishers.
Right.
So none of these items are necessarily related, but we look at opportunities to help employ visually impaired and blind. So if you came in and you had a skill and you wanted to use it, we'd try to make a job fit for you.
Right, and well, the refurbishing fire extinguishers, I think that's usually, is that one of the things that you also, when you're changing out your batteries and your smoke detectors, you should also check the dates on your fire extinguishers?
Once a year, your fire extinguisher needs to be inspected, and we can do in-home inspections, we can do business inspections. You can trade your old extinguisher in for a refurbished one. It's kind of like a propane swap. We give you a discount. Every home and office should have a fire extinguisher. Your home should have one on every floor, and every place of business should have one every 60 feet.
Good to know. And so the refurbishing is actually done by some of your clients?
Yeah, so we have 2 blind workers that clean the old canisters. They take the stickers off and just make ready. And then we have a disabled veteran that actually fills it. We tried to have a low vision person fill them, but it was tough to see down in the canister. You have to make sure they're not compromised or rusty or anything.
Right.
But we have another low vision person that helps complete them, put them back together, and we also have the one that markets calls on the phone. So there's about 4 low vision or blind people involved in the process for the fire extinguishers.
Are they just the at-home, or are they also businesses that could reach out if they were interested?
No, definitely businesses.
Okay.
We have a lot of local businesses that use the services for the fire extinguishers.
Awesome. I bet you didn't know.
And they're affordable. They're more
That's right.
affordable. That they're better quality than the plastic one that you're going to grab off the shelf at some of the big box stores.
Right. Excellent. So many reasons to reach out to Seeing Hand. Even if you are not somebody who is visually impaired, there are ways you can support. You can support through the fire extinguisher program. You can buy tickets to the wreath. She mentioned the steak fry, so mark your calendars for next year because it's a really fun steak fry. Just, again, nonprofits need to have these type of fundraisers to make money for the organization to keep them up and running, so please support.
We appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, Karen.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah,
Always
good
a
to see you.
pleasure.
Of course.
Good to see you too.
So, a couple more organizations that you can support in the Ohio Valley with resources you may have not known about, or you may have. And if you know somebody who needs those type of services, please have them reach out. Karen mentioned that Bob sat in a chair for 14 years. If you know somebody that is visually impaired, have them reach out to Seeing Hand Association. Very welcoming organization, very loving organization that gives people a really, really solid reason to get up and go to work and socialize. So thank you so much for joining. We will be back in 2 weeks with another episode with 2 more organizations to tell you about why the Ohio Valley is so great. Thanks.